everybody, Erica Sterwin here from Pink Bucker Designs. I've got another Forever and Always card for you. This one is quite striking. We're going to use the gold leafing. I haven't used it very much, but it is awesome. I can't wait to show you how I did these stripes. This bundle is retiring at the end of June 2021, so if you love it as much as I do, make sure you grab it before it's gone. These Always and Love dies, as well as the stamps, are perfect for wedding and anniversary cards. All right. We're going to save the gold leafing for the last because it's very messy. Now I'm going to do the other parts first. We're going to cut out the Always. We're going to use this skinny die. You can stamp the Always and Love, or you can cut them out. And I'm going to cut them out so that I don't have to use my liquid adhesive and make a mess, because I tell you guys, confession, I'm very messy with liquid glue. I love the adhesive sheets, and they make it so that you don't have to use any glue. We're going to put a piece of adhesive sheet on the back of the basic black piece, and when we cut it out, it's going to turn that into a sticker. Now, we're also going to cut out what I call the bubble or the outline, and we're going to stamp the Forever and in Memento Black. All right, I'm going to stamp that right there. And there's actually a die for that little strip as well, right there. Okay, so let's bring over our cut and emboss machine and we'll get these cut out. I know you're probably dying waiting for that gold leafing. It is fun, but I like to save it to the end because it's messy. The little gold leafing flakes will take over your space, and you got to clean up really good afterwards. A little vacuum works perfectly, or a paper towel, wet paper towel, but just prepare yourself. All right, let's see what we've got here. Whoops, there we've got the outline, the Forever and let's see, how did we do? Beautiful. The Always. Okay. I'm going to peel this off. Remember, it's got that sticker backing now, so we don't have to worry about the adhesive. I'm just going to peel it off. The hardest part is getting it started, but usually you can find a place that is pulled up a little bit and grab it, and you've got it started. Okay. Now it's kind of a little long and awkward, so what I recommend is starting down here, stick that down where it's supposed to go, and then lay these down in towards the end, kind of move down towards the end, but don't press it down because you're gonna have to move things probably as you go. And that adhesive is very forgiving. It isn't, you know, once you stick it down, it's not gonna peel up. There we go. Now, once you have it, press it in place. Okay, now we're ready for the fun part. We're gonna use tearing tape, and we're gonna use a piece of basic black that is 3 3/4 by 5. And I use my grid paper to line up my tearing tape so that the lines are straight. I'm gonna put just a little bit of adhesive on the back, and I'm gonna line it up right here in the corner so that I've got these grid lines right here, okay? Now for your tearing tape, I'm gonna just start on one end, and I'm gonna line it up with that next line down, and then push it in place and tear it off, okay? And do it again. Down here, and it's longer than my piece, that's okay. That way we know we've got solid coverage. And just keep working your way down, lining up with, see right there, I tore it off too early. So we're gonna add another little piece there. Well, we'll come back and do that at the end. Because believe it or not, that will leave a little blip on your gold and it'll look kind of strange. Okay. Keep going all the way until you've gotten to the last little section, which is this one. Okay, now let's take our scissors, or you take your pick tool, peel that up, and we're just gonna put in another little piece so that we have full coverage. Okay. There we go. Now I'm gonna pull this whole piece up. Believe it or not, it's gonna come up. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut all of those off at the edge, matching the edge. Okay, look at that. Now we're gonna peel them all off. So you can take your pick tool and get them started and then just peel them all off. Almost looks like a flag, doesn't it? All right. There we go. Now, this little section here is sticky, so we don't want to have that while we are doing, let's see, we'll turn it over, while we're doing our leafing. Okay, now I've got my leafing in a big box. See how it's clingy? That's what it's going to do all over the place. So you want to work in small batches. And I'm just going to kind of set it down and move it around and press it down into my card. You can see it's flying around. It's so pretty. Isn't it just gorgeous? I want to get it smushed in all the spots. Okay, make sure you've got it all covered. Now, once you have it covered, let's see if I can get most of this swept up and out of the way. You're going to take something, a sponge, a paintbrush. This is my blending brush. And I'm just going to start working all of that off. Okay. Oh, I've got a dimensional back in there. Look at that. We don't want that. All right, now I'm gonna get my paintbrush. It's a little bit harder than that blending brush. And we're gonna clear it all off. Look at that, isn't that so pretty? It keeps those straight lines of your gold, and it's got a little bit of texture. Now on the ends, we want to get those rough ends off. You can use your fingers. You can also take just an eraser and kind of go on the ends. And there you go. Isn't that just stunning? All right, I'm going to clean up my mess and we'll put the card back together. All right, a little handheld vacuum goes a long way. Let's put this together. We've got our always and forever. I'm going to use dimensionals on the back of the always. We're going to put that down here like that. And then I'm going to use mini dimensionals over here. Forever and always. Now, we've got our basic black card base. And again, I'm going to use my dimensionals. Set that down right there. Now, this is a basic black card base, which means you can't write your sentiment inside. So you've got to get a piece of white cardstock. This is also 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm just going to take the little flower from the Forever and Always stamp set and just stamp it a couple of times in the corner. There we go. So it's not so plain inside. Now, stick that down and we're almost done. All right, last but not least, I have some Gilded gems, which just go perfectly with this. And I'm just gonna set them around. Let's do a big one, maybe over here. Yeah, right there. We'll do another little one, medium one right here, and a small one right there. And there you have it. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, make sure you hop over to my blog, grab the free PDF. It has all the supplies listed as well as any measurements you need and 2 other forever and always projects. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye-bye.